Hello and welcome back for part 16 of This is Total War with Throgg. So we're trying to hold off the next Marauder stack from Wulfric here at Altar of Spawns. And this is one of Wulfric's best generals. He's got some pretty good magic items and a chariot. Wonder if... Thinking about in the near term, confederating Wulfric and then getting this guy as a general that I can recruit and use. That certainly is an incentive not to actually kill him. But I will do my best to try and win the battle. So the sorcerer just has Spirit Leech, that's not too dangerous, and it's just a stack of marauders. They've got this one unit that's much better stats with the perfect vigor, but at least of no higher tier units. And we have, General and then Boots the Hound, who are definitely going to be good here. We lack missile troops, as usual. That's going to be a problem. Alright, let's give this a shot. We do have Nelly the Elephant, aka Feral Mammoth, which is a lot worse than the full-on War Mammoth, but should still be pretty effective against their light infantry. Yeah, unfortunately this feels like a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation, because if I defend successfully against this attack, then I've just got Throgg the Unclean coming in next turn, which is not going to be realistically possible to defend against. In some ways I might be better off letting the settlement fall to Wulfric, who I can at least confederate it back from. But anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that. There's too much, there's too many other possibilities to do anything fancy like that. I'm just going to try my best to win the battle. Okay, so they just have... we have speed 90, the Lord has speed 78 in his chariot, so in principle we should be able to harass his center and left flank, as I'm looking at it over there, with impunity. Let's have the Warhounds here too. Just want to break up the enemy advance, slow them down, and try and kind of roll them up from this flank. So let's have my strongest melee units and my Lord right over here. Got a lot of regular marauders. Got my spearmen. You know, I don't know that I really benefit from such a wide front here. I think I'd almost rather just deploy kind of like this. Have the trolls on this flank along with the mammoth to essentially hit units that are engaged in combat with our melee guys. And keep you there. Okay, got the great axe infantry. Yeah, that makes sense coming in from the flank as well. Alright, let's shuffle deployment around a little. Yeah, the trouble with this though is that I really need my Lord to be nearer the trolls, otherwise they're just going to break. Let's try something like this. Yeah, so the Marauders with great weapons just don't have much armor or melee defense or anything, but they are pretty effective at dealing damage. Okay. Alright, that'll do, I think. So you guys get forwards. Warhounds get around the back. Yep, happy for the Marauder Horsemen to just fire at whatever they can. Okay, we're actually going to have to... Yeah, I sent the order to advance, but... actually want to probably pivot around a bit here. Yeah, they managed to sort of evade my strategy of rolling up one of their flanks. I've also got their lord coming in here. Okay, but... yeah, I mean, he's charging into my unbreakable Berserker infantry unit. That's not too bad for me. Over this way, yeah, let's have our lord charge into that unit. I think I just want to try and rout their general, probably. Yeah, our general's taking a bit of damage, not ideal. I really want to try and just roll up their army from this flank, which is going to be a lot easier said than done, although... yeah, doing okay here. Boots the Hound have taken a ton of damage, probably partly self-inflicted. We're doing alright here, though. Yeah. You guys are my shock troops. I really need you to smash up this Marauder unit. I think I'll just try to cycle charge with the Warhounds in and out. Doesn't work super well, but it's not like they're good for anything else. Okay, a couple of kills. Yeah, these units are about to rout, that is good. Marauder Horsemen have drawn those units off pretty well. Okay, good. You go into the next unit. Warhounds run these guys off the battlefield. You get in over here. Yeah, we're not going to hold too well this way. Alright, their general's broken, let's let him run. Yeah, cavalry is... yeah, did an okay job of pulling units around. Alright. Yeah, run them down, they're shattered. Good. You guys... no, need you guys to come in here. The issue is going to be... yeah, the issue is going to be we can't hold out indefinitely over on this other side. We've done a decent amount of damage. The Lord's coming back in with 80 health. Okay, well... alright, that being the case, let's just kill him. I know what I said earlier about wanting to confederate him and so on, but that's really not a large concern. Yeah, enemy lord's dead, so that's going to slightly help us in terms of leadership, although we're getting overwhelmed on this other flank. Boots the Hound have done well. Okay, these guys rallied, that's good. They're wavering. Alright. Marauder Horsemen have done their job, nice. Yeah, you start firing into that big clump of infantry. You need to get Mammoth into combat here. Yep, she's picked up a lot, or it's picked up a lot of kills. Yeah, the Feral Mammoth doesn't have great melee stats, but the way the attack animation works, it can still hit a lot of enemy infantry at once. Okay, we're getting a bit of a chain route going here, maybe. Ah, these are the Regiment of Renown Marauders. Okay. Yeah, that's too bad. Right, Warhound's getting wrecked. Any other units rallying? Yeah, you come in over here. Yeah, you guys keep throwing javelins, but we have to pull back. Okay, Troll's having leadership problems. That's probably... yeah, that's unfortunately probably going to be spell doom for us. Warhounds rallied. Okay. Alright, used a lot of javelins on the Marauder Horsemen. They got 100 kills though, that's fine. Elephant is in the middle of everything, just wrecking stuff. Exactly what I wanted to do. Low leadership on lots of the enemy troops here. Our Lord still has a decent amount of health. Okay, you guys are in combat. You guys, yeah, your leadership's just too low. Ah, flipping trolls, man. The trolls would, like, the trolls have got so much health left on the entities. They just rout because of lousy leadership. Okay, Mammoth's gone berserk, but that's fine. Okay, we need to start breaking these units. Used a lot of javelins though. Try and cycle charge with the cavalry, I guess. Yeah, if the Mammoth breaks, it's a big problem. I need it to stay in combat and fight. I think unfortunately we're getting the lot of leadership penalties here from losing troops. Okay, these units rallied though. Alright, alright. Not all is lost. Got in and out with that cavalry charge. Mammoth stopped rampaging. Oh no, our leadership's just too low over here. Ah, this is a tight one, but yeah, I don't think we can do it. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. It's so much damage to their army, but yeah, with the Mammoth breaking, I don't think we've got enough here. Alright, well, as I said, it's not so clear that we were in a great position winning this fight. So losing it is not so bad, I think. Lord's routing as well. Need the Mammoth to hold its leadership and just smash up the remaining units, but I think it's just too much to ask. Did rout that unit of theirs. Yeah, I think their leadership's just a bit too high. Mammoth still has a lot of health. His leadership's kind of coming back. Alright, if these units can rally... The general fleeing is not good though. You trying to cycle charge with you? Okay, you need to get into a big clump of infantry. I don't want you just fighting smaller units. Alright, you guys are rallying too. General's being run down, that's a big problem actually. Yep, try to cycle charge again. Doing okay with this. Alright, you're rallying. Oh, trolls are about to rout again. Crap. The Mammoth just completely bulldozed into their rear. Ugh. Yeah, I think we're still just on the wrong end of this, sadly. Kind of all in on the Mammoth, just doing massive damage, but I think it's too much to ask for. Trolls, get back in combat. Oh, General's killed. Yeah, that's not going to help leadership at all. Mammoth's rampaging again. That's okay. Right, I need these ice trolls to get off a good charge. Their leadership's so low. Got other bits and pieces of units coming in. Just trying to use the charge bonus on my cavalry as much as I possibly can. Ah, that leadership's so close to breaking. Can't control the Mammoth right now, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you guys are out of javelins or axes, but get back in melee. Can the Mammoth somehow carry at the end here? Oh, this fight's unbelievably close. Right, you guys can't get bogged down in melee. I need the Mammoth to come back. Yeah, trolls have shattered. Okay, we're bogged down in melee here, we need to get out. Yes, Mammoth, charge into this lot, exactly. Okay, good charge into them. No, I think that's... Shoot. I think we've just taken too much damage. Try to ride my cavalry around. Yeah, Mammoth's leadership's failing. It's doing such a good job though. It's not clear to me it's actually losing that fight. Like, I know it's taking damage, but it's still got some health left. Their unit's all super low leadership. Okay, get a good charge off. Come on, don't break. Great, unit rally, it's good. Get back in here. Get a rear charge into that unit. No, the Mammoth routed. It's all over. Yeah, can't win now. Well, we give them a bloody nose, to say the least. We did kill that lord.
Retreat!
Yeah. Rough one. Okay. Wasn't crucial that we held this. Doing a lot of damage to them. Probably... No, it's not clear how much it matters. I'm probably more likely to confederate this army at this point than actually fight it again. Had one or two battles early in the campaign where I was able to reinforce the Norscan garrisons and hold off, but I think the key thing there was being able to recruit missile troops. Like, these times where I've just had more melee guys, it just hasn't worked out. Even this time with the Mammoth doing almost enough damage to break their army, we couldn't quite do it. I think if I could have kept my general alive, it might have worked out. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, we didn't completely wipe these units out. Alright, but he just occupied Ultra spawns. Well, I mean... The good news there is that it's not going to Throgg. Yeah, Solid encampment got blown up by those rebels. Yeah, we lost Ultra spawns. So we killed Hacker with the Vargs, the enemy general. We also lost our general, of course. Yeah, having Hacker of the Vargs die... If I'd won the battle, I would have said, okay, killing him would be fine, but... Yeah, it would have been great to actually keep him alive and confederate him. Oh well, yeah, like I said, that's not such a huge factor. So, yeah, we're down to just one settlement, which is Bjornling's Gathering. I guess the good news is that no one's in position to actually attack there right now.
Refused.
So that army's going to be in the north for the time being. There's all this territory that Throgg has not occupied. I guess he's going to come south and start doing that. So I need to... Throgg needs to get to here, blow this up, then fight Wulfric. That is the order of operations. Yeah, Wulfric's recruited up a full stack again.
Harbinger of war.
You're my blocking specialist, right? Yeah. Okay, try and block him again. Failure. That's too bad.
I guide try.
We can search the ruins here, though. That's worth doing. This puzzle. Alright. Appealing to the cheat sheet, I'm afraid. Okay, it's this one. Dawnstone. Physical resistance 15%, not bad.
Tribal seed.
And you gotta rank up. So yeah, more points in specialist here. Alright, and this guy got a level up too. So he's maxed out scouting. I think I probably want to go... Yeah, none of this stuff matters too much. He's not really going to be in friendly territory. I think I want to go Piercing Bolts of Burning. Alright, no military presence here. Can we actually get here in a single turn? No, we're just out of range. That is unfortunate. But what I can do then is get to here and go into raiding camp stance. Yes. Okay, so that saves me some money. It doesn't get as much replenishment as I'd like. Yeah, it's really too bad that the Favor of the Crow line is bugged, because that extra 20% replenishment would be nice. Alright, we'll still take it though. So we can blow up Monolith of Catan next turn, and that's the last settlement. Yeah, that's the last settlement of Wulfric's that would be problematic to confederate from the point of view of meeting new contacts. So if I can stop Wulfric recolonizing the ports and confederate him, maybe this territory in the center of Norsca is then pretty isolated from enemies coming from this side. I mean, this is the whole goal of my kind of funny strategy of going around blowing up these ports. I mean, it's up to turn 60, it's taken us a long time to pull this off. It's not clear we're quite going to do it yet, even. But we could still get that to work. Of course, we then have to go east to deal with Throgg, but that's fine. We're not actually losing that much gold here, but that's thanks to Throgg's raiding. Okay, we got that research completed. What now? Bonus versus infantry when fighting Skaven. I mean, there's a small bonus. The trouble is, we've got Skaven, other Norscans, then we're also going to have dwarves and vampires in the nearish term. I don't think these other technologies do enough for us here. But I just think the Empire is solid. Upkeep down from order units. The melee attack and leadership specific to fighting against the Empire don't matter too much. Vigor loss reduction for cavalry, don't have any of those. Income from post-battle loot, I guess that's fine. Yeah, the trouble with lots of these is that the bonuses are quite specific against those factions. Okay, let's go for the upkeep down. Yeah, buildings, gatherings, holding on okay here. Really important, I keep trying to block Wulfric. I assume he's going to reoccupy Doom Keep. If I can pin him down in the centre of Norsca, I guess he's going to start heading for Bjornling's Gathering now that I've lost all the territory out east, huh? Yeah. There's also the chance of, like, the army here heading south and reoccupying down to Bay of Blades, so I really don't want. But, yeah, can't really do anything about that. Okay, let's have a quick check on things here. So Clan Moldor don't have any more settlements, that's fine. Still no contact with Sylvania.
Onward.
Okay, the dwarves have gotten out of one of their wars against Creeping Death, which I guess could mean Creeping Death was confederated or destroyed. Let's look over here. Military presence 4. Alright, so the dwarves don't have too much of an army in Krakadrak. I'm guessing they probably, because they're not actually at war with Sylvania or Clan Moldor, they probably sent their armies down south. Military presence 7, okay, they have units there as well. Okay, none of that information too important right now. Let's get that talisman, physical resistance 12%, 15% onto this Shaman Sorcerer. Yeah. Okay, that army of Wulfric's force marching south, okay. Oh, you're kidding me. Why is it so many downside versus downside decisions? Alright, minus 10 armor is not too bad. Minus 20% weapon strength is probably worse. And I'll lose 1500 gold too. Great. Alright, so Varg Camp still has military presence. Oh, but that's from Naglfari Plain. Yeah, so where did this army go? They stayed in Ultra Spawns, okay. And Throgg did go up to 6 settlements. What did he just take? He did not take Bay of Blades. I'm amazed he had enough movement to get back to Aisling's Conclave, but I guess maybe he somehow did. Right? Because otherwise... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be one of these, right? I mean, unless you got a territory somewhere else, but... Huh. Yeah, these are all still empty. I guess he had enough movement to get all the way back and recolonize Aisling's Conclave. Fair enough. So we really need to
Denied.
block this army that's heading south, because it's either coming to attack Bjornling's Gathering or to start recolonizing, both of which are really bad for me. That's probably a higher priority to block even than Wulfric. Yeah, so let's have this guy try and do it. 63%. Okay, let's get Vision over here first. They don't have a new Lord recruited there. Success. Great. Okay, you've maxed out these two, so just work on more magic. This guy tried to block Wulfric. And he succeeded too. Good. More specialist. Alright. Well, that went as well as it could. Now Throgg has to blow up the monolith of Catan. So, can I get over onto this side, then launch the attack? Yes. So if I edge round like this, then when I attack and raise it, I might move east rather than back south. That's good. Alright, try and take minimal damage here. I do have more Regiment of Renown available. I should bear that in mind. Okay, I think I just deploy up on this hill. Don't think there's much need to deviate from my plan here. I really want to absorb as much damage as I possibly can onto Throgg plus my heroes, i.e. the guys that regenerate. I don't want more damage on my monstrous infantry, or javelins particularly. I guess I could... probably no, I should still deploy them here. Alright, so Sorcerer's got loads of magic, that's great. Let's have the chariots. Yeah, chariots are pretty free to help with harassment as well. Okay, everyone's on skirmish mode off. Yeah. Okay, pretty decent hit with that flamestorm. Yeah, fair amount of damage to their skirmishers with that as well. Okay, piercing bolts of burning I'm not going to put down until they've got units in melee, because otherwise they'll just walk out of it. Okay, 20 seconds for another flamestorm. Yeah, we obviously have a lot of infantry coming in from this flank. You need to intercept the trolls. Okay, next flamestorm. Okay, that's good. Smashed into their Marauder missile units. Keep going. Yeah, routed them. Excellent. Throgg. Though, not you guys. Yeah, that troll's gonna break. Get over here. You guys attack. Yep, his units are breaking. Great. Keep going after them. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely fine with Throgg and my heroes taking damage. That's exactly what's happening. Let's see if we can run these trolls off. Alright, we got them. or more or less. Okay.
The dark gods command me. What?
Yeah, just leave that unit to rout. Alright, some of the units are rallying. Don't think it's going to be a problem. Yeah, we got them. Good. Alright, excellent. No damage taken. Get a full heal on Throgg. Yep, that went as well as it could. Yeah, I also have a decision about going after Throgg encampment now, rather than heading south towards Wolfric. I might have to just beeline straight for Wolfric at this point. Yeah, I think... Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think that's my best strategy. Okay. Almost got healed up on Throgg. Probably not going to get more replenishment before another tough battle though. The next replenishment I get will probably be off the enslave option from victory. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, I'm confident that Throgg can beat any of Wulfric's armies while they're still just basic marauders. It's just a more logistical challenge of his armies getting past me, recolonizing settlements I don't want them to at the moment. Okay, raise for the serpent. Good. Okay, rank 29. One more for the last Regiment of Renown, which I believe is a Mammoth, which is actually, I think, a really, really good unit, if I remember correctly. Of course, it's expensive, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, so can I beat Wulfric with Throgg before having these other armies of Wulfric's recolonizing a settlement I really don't want in the Confederation? I'm actually okay with them going after Bjornling's Gathering. Like, losing my last settlement is bad, but if I can, again, provided I beat Wulfric right afterwards, it's actually okay. Yeah, I already checked this. Yeah. And almost forgot to put Throgg back into Raiden stance, which saves me about 700 gold. Yeah, so these armies are both blocked. Hopefully that means they don't move very far. I'm very worried about this lord here coming and recolonizing this before I can kill Wulfric. Alright, not sure what I'm going to do about that. Okay, this is another army. This is not Throt. Interesting. Okay, this guy force marched north as well. That's okay, actually. Yeah, no more characters or military presence in Varg camp. Razor Sack Grayling Moot. Yeah. How far can I force march here? Pretty far. Problem now is with these three armies. Yeah. Can't do anything about these Skaven.
Did you say something?
I need to block Wulfric as the highest priority.
I guide the tribe.
Yeah, it's got a full stack again, it's just Marauders though.
Did you say something? So
Oh, failure. Okay, that's really bad.
a battle is foreseen.
Let's try and block his other large army.
Hurt them good.
That succeeded at least, okay. Yeah, failing to block Wulfric here could be a really big problem for me. So do I force march with Throgg? I think I do. I need to get up here as soon as possible. Oh, Throt is right here though.
I'm too smart, clever.
Oh, that's not good. Shoot.
Eat my enemies.
Yeah, I did not realize. I thought. How did Throt. Okay, okay, I see what happened now. Yeah, Throt had another army occupy Aisling's Conclave. Throt himself headed over this way.
Stupid experiment. Waste of time.
Yeah, the fact we're on force march is really not ideal here.
Harbinger of war.
I just need Wulfric to come north. But I think he's not going to. Yeah.
Who calls?
Okay.
Master Lord.
No extra changes in
of
territory there, that's fine. Okay, so that didn't go for us, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Wulfric. Okay, Wulfric's coming for Bjornling's Gathering. Okay. Okay, that. That's not too bad. That's way better than him heading down this way.
I will not.
Don't have much gold. I can bring in Regiments of Renown to help defend here. And I do have decent garrison. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have to be so careful now, though. I can attack this army. Yes. Okay, nice. That's really good. Yeah, they'll have reinforcements, but this army's on force march and will get wiped out. Okay, good. So I can hit here this turn. No military presence there, so I don't think they recruited another lord. Okay. It doesn't need to be Throgg who defeats Wulfric. If only I had more gold. Right, let's start with this battle first. Now, do I lightning strike this? Okay, let's move up to here. Don't see any Skaven. Yeah, nothing here. Is there any chance I have enough movement to actually attack Greyling Moot in a second battle? If there is, then I should lightning strike the first battle and just wipe this army out. I mean, this army's stuck in the settlement, like... Let's see how this looks. I think I lightning strike here. Tough decision. Okay, hold on a sec, I just gotta check something. Okay, we're good. I lost track of the time, but... yeah, still got another 20 minutes or so. So what's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I'm just trying to think through, is there any reason not to use Lightning Strike? I was thinking in terms of, oh, I get to wipe the river army out and garrison out as well, but that's actually a lot of troops they have against us. I know there's Skaven in the vicinity. So Throgg headed back east, but he had this other army. What did the other army have? I got a glimpse of it, but only over an intern. I don't think it was too strong. Feels super lucky that Throgg didn't just come attack us while Throgg was in force march. I mean, I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm very glad he didn't, because I think that could have been more or less lights out if I'd had a bad battle there. So let's lightning strike this, fight this army. So he's on foot. Okay, they've got no fast units. Really want to try and take this army out again with minimal casualties. They're on force march, that helps. And I'll get replenishment from killing them and a bunch of gold. Yes. And I don't think I'll have enough movement afterwards to launch the attack on the settlement, but I think it's still better to do it this way, even if it risks leaving those soldiers alive. Right, lots of magic, good. Let's deploy over here. Have the chariots. Sorcerer here. Yep, got no fast units at all, not even their generals mounted. Alright, so this is a lot tougher than a garrison. I've got about twice as many units. They're all just marauders though. Really need to try and absorb all the damage on my heroes and Throgg again. That did work last time. This army's on force march, so I don't need to worry about chasing it down. Okay. I am going to let them come to me. Let them tire themselves out more, let magic recharge as much as possible. I'm not in a rush to fight them here. This deployment's a bit wide. Let's see if I can make it. Let's see if I can tighten it up. Yeah, more like that. Okay, we're up on this hill. That's actually good. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about this extreme flank. They just don't have the units here. Yeah, we might have to bring this other hero over to help in the middle, but that's okay. Alright, let's get magic going right away. Chariots get behind their lines. Yeah, there's a big clump of infantry in the middle. Let's actually go for Burning Head. Can't see this being a bad option. Yeah, missed their frontline infantry, but took out their missile units, that's good. Flamestorm doing Flamestorm things. Okay, they're ignoring the chariots, but we can get around and go after those units that were damaged. 1 power per 4 seconds, really good. Ah, nice, we actually have a unit of Marauder champions who are having their time wasted by their chariots. That is ideal. 25 seconds on another Flamestorm. Actually did more damage with Burning Head that time, I think. But the Overcast Burning Head is quite a lot more expensive than Flamestorm, and the not Overcast version I don't think does quite enough damage to actually get the kills here. So what am I going for this time? I think it's another Flamestorm. Okay, hit the unit behind. Just kind of clipped them. Okay, don't need to actually charge that unit. Just wasting their time still. Sadly, they're hitting us with quite a lot at the same time. Let's get around and try and slow that flank down. They're going to be tired. They came in. Yeah, I mean they came in all on force march, and they've just been just charging towards us the whole time.
Quick, quick! No time wasted. Position.
See if I can.
Going now.
Oh, the Warlord champions are back there. Just want to do a little more disrupting their advance.
Winds to me.
Okay, Throgg needs to start vomiting and stuff. Definitely have issues here. Okay, you keep going. Good. Do not want these trolls getting into combat. I couldn't help that unit, or couldn't stop that unit getting in. That's okay though.
No time wasted.
Yep, keep the chariots moving. Okay. Okay, great. So we held them off on this flank.
Positioning.
Right, Fimir are in combat, but don't think they lost anybody. Oh, you weren't in combat. Didn't need to do that.
On my way.
Okay, this is going alright. Don't get too far ahead of our javelin line. Yeah, these units are routing for some reason. Yep, Throgg intercept that unit. No, they're gonna rout. We're okay.
I've seen death.
Should have bounced that back line to get more missiles going, but it's okay. Marauder champions. Oh, it's bad. Just needed to tank them for a few seconds.
Chaos Marauders!
Shaman sorcerer.
Okay, good. Really don't want too much damage taken on. Oh, nice. Okay. Ah, good fight. That was.
I'll be there.
Didn't take much damage. Don't think I lost any of my monstrous infantry at all. Maybe a casualty here or there, but more or less executed it exactly how I wanted. So this gets me some amount of replenishment.
Time for sorcery.
Never totally sure whether that's affected by how many of the units actually run down or not. Because they're getting wiped out. Yeah, they're on force march, but they're not in a garrison, so I feel like... Maybe you gain... Maybe you get to capture extra enemies if more of them get run down at the end. It's not much harm in trying. Alright, we've got fully regenerated up. Okay, that'll do. Alright, I guess I did lose. I lost somebody, but only one casualty. That's okay. Oh, that's not too much loot, that's too bad. Replenishment, 28% replenishment. Oh, that's awesome. Throgg hit rank 30, so this is a full heal it looks like. Yeah, I should look up what determines the replenishment rate here because it definitely doesn't just scale off. I don't think there's any... I don't know, maybe there's some quantity it does scale off, but it seems to be a bit independent of exactly how many enemies were killed or whatever.
Lord of the Monster Horde!
Okay, we unlocked Soul Crusher, which was the regiment of renown. War Mammoth I was talking about. That guy is dead. Can Throgg make it to Grayling Moot? Oh, he can't. Shoot. Okay, well, that's fine. And I'm stuck in the zone of control, aren't I? Yeah.
Not a chance.
But is this army stuck in my zone of control? It's not clear. So Throgg can grab Foe Seeker. Yeah. This guy gets up to... second point in that? Yeah, 1 level away for immortality. Good. And...
Shaman sorcerer.
okay. See if I can figure out what's going on here before I commit my agents to doing anything. So, Karazakrak gained an extra settlement, but it's not up here. Clamorder up to 7.
Twist, bend, mangle, experiment.
Okay, so they could have occupied... yeah, this information is gonna matter if I can defeat Wulfric. I think Throgg's second army occupied one of these 2 settlements, and I think it just occupied Doomkeep 2. In which case, it's going to be weak on troops, at least for the time being. Wulfric's going after Bjornling's Gathering, so we need to defend. You need to boost defenses there. I don't think. Okay, there's still a stack in Altar of Spawns. We killed the army that was here. I don't think that there's any armies of Wulfrics that I don't know about.
No!
I mean, you can always recruit a lord in settlements I don't have line of sight to, but I can't do anything about that.
I guide the tribe.
I
Too far.
think I want to explore the ruins on Doomkeep.
Yes?
I'll just encounter the Skaven, but that's fine. It'll give me intelligence on what's there.
Demonic murderer.
Okay, let's get the Lord recruited here. I'm definitely doing this. If this dissuades Wulfric from attacking, that's fine too, honestly. So Misshapen versus Disciplined. Yeah, I want to recruit the strongest Lord I can here. It's one of these 2. And the leadership and melee attack will apply to the regiments of renown I pick up, which is going to be a couple of units, but not too many. Okay, let's go for Misshapen. Put you in Bjornling's Gathering. Right. So here are the regiments of renown I can pick up. So this is Soul Crusher, which is a war mammoth. So it's got the halder on its back and the soldiers with missiles and stuff. It also has Enrage, which gives itself 44% damage resistance on a 90-second cooldown, which is awesome. Ignores speed and combat penalties caused by terrain, that's good. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really solid unit. The problem is, it's 2,500 gold. And 800 upkeep. I really, really want to beat Wulfric here. Of course, I don't want to make myself so strong that he doesn't attack. I don't think that'll be a problem though. So, this unit I don't think is the best use of the gold. They're anti-large. Wulfric basically just has Marauders. He's on a chariot himself. I mean, that counts as large, but that's not enough of a reason to go for that. So I'm thinking... So if I recruit these 2 units, that's 4,100 gold, and then an extra upkeep of 1,400. So that basically guarantees I get... Bankrupt is the problem. So what if instead I do Mammoth plus these Marauders? That's 3,100, still left with 2k. Although the 2k basically goes... So the thing here is that provided Wulfric launches the attack, either I beat him, and I get gold from beating him, and I confederate him, and we're actually in okay shape, believe it or not. Or I lose the battle, which is bad, don't get me wrong, but would at least mean I wouldn't be paying upkeep on these units. Okay, let's do this. Maybe I do want the Miststalkers. Alright, let's try and give myself as much information as I possibly can here. I do want to see what's happening over by Doomkeep. Yeah, so that's not actually going to cost me money, because I knew I was revealing Clan Mulder. Yeah.
The council is disappointed.
Okay, so this army is... This army's not as weak as I thought it would be. They're not recruiting, though. Yeah, they just occupy this at tier 1. They can't really recruit units except the Skaven slaves anyway.
No, you failed.
The voices.
To do with this sorcerer. Maybe need this sorcerer to come down south as a hedge against... I need to... yeah, I either need Wulfric to lose this battle here, or Throgg to come and beat Wulfric. If I don't manage that in the next couple of turns, there's nothing I can stop Wulfric from starting to recolonize the ports, and then it's... then all of this scheme with romping around Norsca is kind of for nothing. So maybe that means I try to block this army? It costs gold though. I think Throgg is safe here. I don't think... Okay, one thing that they could do is force march Wulfric back up to here and then attack me out of Greyling Moot. And that would be bad because that would... I mean, that would be a lot of force, but I would have the option to retreat still. And that would essentially... that would work for me because Wulfric would be back up here. I don't want armies heading down this way. Okay, let's go ahead and try and block this army. Doesn't cost too much money. Did succeed. Great. Not quite rank 13, that's alright. Right, so now, yeah, now just back to the decision about the Regiment of Renown.
Bloodthirsty.
I want the Mammoth. It's a really effective unit. Okay, so as things stand now, we're almost using all of our gold. Let's get the Miststalkers. I think they're the best single unit. Yes, they're super expensive. We are going to go into debt here, which is not ideal. But I think, because of what I said, provided Wulfric actually makes this attack, I either get gold for driving him off, or I lose these units and don't pay upkeep. So, yeah, low funds, but I'm actually okay with that. Alright, really crucial turn or two coming up here. Absolutely massive for the future of the campaign. Let's see what happens.
Don't care who you are.
Okay, peace treaty offer from Throgg. No. Didn't make an attack. Okay. 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 Alright, Garrison. I've had some Garrison mishaps recently, but this is as good as I've had on the odds. We've got the big elephant this time, rather than the useless baby... well, not useless, but rather than like the baby feral mammoth, we've got the big daddy mammoth. Okay, let's leave it on a cliffhanger. Really big if I win this fight. If I win this fight, everything's in place to confederate Wulfric. and I'll be able to turn my attention just to Clan Moldor. Yeah, and I think it's winnable. I mean, have to be very careful still, but I do think it's winnable. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. Enjoying this campaign, even though it's very, very dodgy. So I will see you for the next part, and what might be the final confrontation with Wulfric the Wanderer.